Howdy there. A few days ago, I saw The Hangover Part 2. It was okay. You know, I've had some time to think about it, and I think I've got it summed up pretty well. I'm going to give it a 5. You know, right down the middle. It's about... if you've seen the first Hangover, then you've already seen this movie. It's about one of the wolf pack. Ed Helms is getting married this time. He's getting married in Thailand. He invites the wolf pack to go to Thailand. They go to Thailand. They have a small bachelor party on the beach, which then turns into The Hangover. They wake up in an unknown place, in an unknown situation. People they love are missing. Bad things have happened, and they need to figure out just what in the hell is going on. So that's the rest of the film, figuring out what the hell is going on. In a nutshell, my thoughts on this film are Hangover 2 ranks with films like Caddyshack 2, Airplane 2, Ghostbusters 2, any iconic comedy that then has a perhaps well-intentioned but poorly made sequel. Never in a million years would you hold Caddyshack and Caddyshack 2. Never in a million years would you hold Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. Never in a million years would you hold Airplane and Airplane 2. And never in a million years would you hold The Hangover and The Hangover 2 and say, well, I'd much rather see number 2. You will always, always, always pick number 1. It really is pretty much a carbon copy of the first one. That's what I did not like about it. The lack of fresh ideas. The character, I don't even know his name, who got lost in the first one, now cannot participate in the second one. You know, he's the one who went to bed early. You know, so we don't get to know any more about his character because he did not participate in the first one, so therefore he cannot participate in the second one. I probably should have mentioned it first, but what I didn't like the most about the film was very bad things happen in this movie. And very bad things happen to people we like, people we have to follow, people we want to do good, to succeed. And all the while, awful, terrible things are happening to them. So I kept on feeling bad. I was like, this is a comedy. I'm supposed to be having fun, but I can't stop feeling bad for the characters. Many bad things happen in this film. People die in this film. People get raped in this film. People get poisoned in this film. People are shot in this film. And all the while, I just wanted to have fun and wanted to see these people that I genuinely like have fun, but instead they have a hellish, nightmarish trip that you would never wish on anyone. But yet they survive somehow. So again, that's my main beef, is for being a fun comedy, I didn't have much fun. And I laughed somewhat. I laughed at Zach Galifianakis. He's hilarious. If Zach Galifianakis's mouth is moving and there are words coming out, then I am being entertained. He is fantastically funny in anything he does. So he's fantastically funny here by just being himself. I imagine that most of what I laughed at was ad-libbed by him. I also enjoyed Ed Helms. He had by far the most to do here. He had, again, I felt so bad for him. He had a lot to do emotionally. He nails it. Ed Helms is a very good actor. I think he's coming up, you know. He plays the... He's perfectly cast here. He's the perfect guy who's the normal guy, but does have the demon inside of him. So I enjoyed watching Ed Helms suffer in this because he did it very well. The other actors, I guess I should mention, let's see, we've got Zach Galifianakis, we've got Ed Helms, who else was in there? I can't ever remember his name. He's famous, he's ruggedly handsome. I can't think of his name. Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper's in it. He's okay. I don't understand his character. He's so angry. He's so angry at everything. He seems to hate everything, and yet he has a beautiful family, he has a beautiful wife, he has, I think, like 3 loving daughters, and I want to know how someone so fueled by hatred could get something so perfect. You know, it doesn't seem to work that way. One thing that irritated me was that Paul Giamatti was in this. I love Paul Giamatti. Paul Giamatti is one of our great actors. I had no idea he was going to be in this until I saw the opening credits, and I saw Paul Giamatti. I was like, I instantly got excited. It was like, I had no idea he was going to be in it. I was like, already wondering what crazy character he was going to be. And he winds up being a one-dimensional bad guy that is here and then he's gone. And I guess you'd call it stunt casting, but I don't get why you would put one of the great American actors in such a one-dimensional role and have him be there and gone and pretty much pointless. Didn't work for me. Didn't work for me at all. In fact, it made me a little angry. So I didn't like that. Let's see. All the Thai actors were actually Chinese. That kind of upset me. I mean, you know, can't you find any Thai people to hire for your movie? Do you have to hire the Chinese and tell people they're Thai? Minor thing, but still irritating. Yeah. I mean, you know, just, you're in Thailand. Get some Thai actors. Don't get Chinese actors. Again, just so many bad things. It was grimy. It didn't look good. It was directed by Todd Phillips. I'd have to say this is my least favorite Todd Phillips film. I even like Due Date more than this, and I didn't love Due Date. I think I'd give Due Date a 6. I'd give this a 5. I mean, even Road Trip, which I believe is his debut, much better. You know, much better. So I have no doubt that they'll make a third Hangover because this has made a ton of money. In the third Hangover, I've already heard mentioned that they're just going to do it linear, that it's not going to be the Hangover format, that it's just going to be straightforward. I'm all for that. Please include all of the characters. You know, don't make a carbon copy of the original. The people who wrote the original have nothing to do with this. The ending really pissed me off. The ending was bad. Just gimmick. You know, the last 10 minutes of the film are a total misfire, in my opinion. You know, I don't know. There's too much bad stuff. And again, I want to enjoy my time with these characters. I don't want to feel bad for them. I don't want to say, man, I wish he wasn't raped. You know? Again, in a nutshell, never would you be holding the box for The Hangover and holding the box for The Hangover Part 2 and say, I would rather watch Part 2. And a sequel has to be at least as good. You know, it has to have something there. Like, well, maybe I should watch number 2 instead today. No, never happened. Never. Enough said. So that's The Hangover Part 2. It's a 5. Rent it sometime. But if you have seen the first one, then you have seen the second one. Except that it's far more sucky. That's about it. Thank you.